Maybe this knowledge is too deep for most people. I don't know. It seems easy to me, but I did see past this reality. So maybe that's why. But I had to do a lot of work to get where I'm at. It's obvious. It's right in front of us. So when you look at a hologram, one of the attributes or one of the characteristics of a hologram is if you tear a piece of it off, you can see the whole picture in the piece. That's how they're made, right? So hold that thought. Now, when you go order a pizza and you got 8 pieces of pizza and you give one piece to somebody else, you eat a piece, they eat a piece, 8 pieces, everybody bites down on the pizza, it tastes the same. No matter what piece, it tastes the same as the whole. If you ate the whole pizza, it will taste the same as the pieces, right? Hello? When you take a whole number like 3 and a whole number like 4 and you divide it, 3 divided by 4, you get 0.75. Now 0.75 is a decimal and 3 divided by 4 is a fraction, which is a piece, a fraction of the whole, right? But guess what? You have to describe the fraction and the decimal with whole numbers. 0.75 is a 7's a whole number, 5's a whole number. 3 is a whole number, 4 is a whole number. 3 divided by 4 is a fraction, 0.75 is a fraction. It's a decimal, it's a piece. So as you look at the pieces, they're described via a whole number, whole numbers. The steering wheel would represent the whole pie. If you look at a piece of it, you see the whole, because you put all the pieces together, you see the whole. For every person is per the sun. Per son is per the sun. I mean, people ought to be falling down on their face when they hear that. Every person is per the sun. Otherwise, God would have killed Cain right on the spot. When Cain killed Abel, he'd have took him out. But it was the age of innocence, supposedly. And so that's what the preachers say. He wasn't held accountable. But the Bible says it rains on the just and the unjust. So every person is per son, per the sun. So it rains on the just and the unjust. You reap what you sow, right? So you actually judge yourself. God is the ultimate judge, but you're judging yourself if you don't line up with the truth, But you have to know what the truth is before you can line up with the truth. That's the irony of this whole thing. If people don't study their Bible, they don't even know what the truth is. How can they do right if they don't have any truth? They have no truth. It's bizarro, man. What it's going to take is people to get convicted of sin and see their own hypocrisy. But the reason most people go into narcissism to the hilt is they can't look in the mirror. They can't look in the mirror and admit they're the sinner. You're a hypocrite. You got 3 pointing back. I'm not going to church because there's hypocrites. Well, there's hypocrites in the grocery store. There's hypocrites on the job. There's hypocrites in your family. There's critical tendencies in your own heart. The heart's deceitfully wicked. Who can know it? Only God knows what you need, But He gives you a system, a matrix, a material realm, whatever you want to call it. A repeat cycle birthing program to get you to birth to the next state, if you're willing. if you're willing to move to the next level. I actually don't like this city anymore. I've driven all over this place, and I'm just tired of and no matter where you go, you're gonna see it. I'm just tired of seeing the concrete and the dirt and the filth and the zombies and the people who are just. With the internet, why didn't people get smarter? Why didn't people get wiser? Why can't they understand English? Why is all the music and why is it still degradation? So we're going to go to our grave and we're going to see nothing but sin and death and degradation. Is that how I say it? Degradation. Degrade, yeah, degradation, degrade. Instead of mankind rising up, he's degrading. He's getting worse, just like in the Old Testament, as in the days of Noah, as in the days of Lot. It's degrading. Degradation. Degrade. It's degrading. It's degrading to the hilt, continually. Degradation. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Everywhere you look. You know, the leadership doesn't really care about the people, and the people don't care about the leadership. And usually, even in the homes, they don't really care about their kids, and they don't really care about each other. If you've been married to a narcissist, you know. If you can't sit down and have a conversation with your narcissistic spouse, red flag. If they can't admit they're wrong, red flag. If they're not there to help you, red flag, and they just they future fake and tell you everything that you want to hear, and they really think it's going to work out, and then when you finally say, I'm done, they can't believe it. So they have to go around, and the narcissist has to make you look bad when it was them the whole time. But they can tell a big story. I mean, the way they provoke you, if you just don't lose your cool around them, that's when you're younger, you don't know what they're doing. Especially before the internet was teaching about narcissism. They gotta provoke you, you know. That's their whole purpose. Because if they can provoke you, then they can make you look bad, and then they go out and do their gallivanting around or whatever they're doing and justify it, and then come back and try to flip reality and blame you. And that's the way their mama teaches them. And I guess their mama did it to their daddy, so they think it's going to work on you, you know. And when it don't work and it backfires, that's all they know. Think about it. They don't know anything else. All they know is manipulation. All they know is witchcraft and sorcery and lies and gaslighting and future faking and no communication. They don't have anything. There's nothing in there. There's nothing in them. There's no life or light in them, so all they can do is work in the darkness and pretend to be light and put on the show and say the right words, but there's no light. It's all fake reality. It's a death cult. Anyway, it's a hologram, and so all the narcissists act the same, all the Jezebels act the same, all the legalists act the same. They all act the same because it's a hologram. If all the narcissists is one piece of pizza, one whole pizza, if you take a slice, it tastes the same. They all act the same. They all speak the same. They all do the same. They have a game that most people never wake up to. But when you wake up to it, you can see it a mile away. And they want to get into your world. This is the big one. They want to get into your world. Not to build up, but to destroy. And like we were having in that conversation, everything that they say, I don't know if this is the same video or I said it before, but I had a conversation with somebody about this. Everything that they say has to point to their heart. Everything that they do, all their lies, all their drama. See, when you catch them, when you back them in a corner and catch them in a lie, they have to create drama. Think about it. They're either trying to kill you, trying to steal, they're trying to use and abuse, trying to get a baby daddy or get you locked in, get you to do their will. That's what it is. The will of the flesh, the will of man, and the will of the Gentiles. So they want you to do the will of the Gentiles, ultimately. And when you do your own will, that God is leading you, they want to lock you up. So they're going to try everything they can to steal, kill, and destroy. Steal your time, steal your energy, steal your future, steal your vision, steal everything that you have on point. Your direction, your destiny. They want to steal your destiny. And some of them are really slick. There's some religious narcissists out there, and they know the terminology. They will fool you, especially if you're young in the faith. As you grow up, as you go through it, as you see through it and break through all the chains. Just like there's chains in the culture, there's religious chains, there's religious false doctrine. If you ever get across somebody, or you go to a church, well, you better not miss a day, or you got to do this, or you got to you got to do something. You got to do something. What they set up, and usually what they set up is not biblical. It's what they decide that you need to follow to be right. It's a trip. It is a trip, people. They don't want you to know this. Because when you wake up to the game and you get free, they can't trap you in some kind of psychological mind game. They can't trap you no more. They can't trap you no more. You're free. And you realize it's faith alone.